What is going on, guys? Welcome to today's video, which is going to be the start or one of the first real modifications that I'm doing on my Lexus SC300. If you are new here, consider subscribing and definitely like this video. Today we have a package, which so this is one of two packages, so let's take this out. Alright, so if you don't know what these are Toyota Supra twin turbo brake calipers. These are remanufactured. They do not say Sumitomo on the back, Sumitomo right here. However, I'm pretty positive, correct me if I'm wrong, I could be, I'm pretty positive that this side of the caliper is still OEM. It's just the rear that's not, and you can tell by the difference of this being cast and this not being cast. I got these part numbers, and these are the same. They're going to be the Anti-Rattle. So that's going to be the part number for this. Basically is the backing plate on the brake caliper right here. Holds the pins in against the brake pads. And then you have these, which are going to be the pins, caliper pins, brake caliper holding pins, whatever you want to call it. I believe, let me make sure. Yeah, so that is the full part number for that. 3 in this. I got 1 more. These are the only things you need. Went ahead and clamped this line off with a pair of pliers. I definitely think it's the best way of doing it, unless you have actual like hose clamp clips that won't break this line. The most important thing is you don't want to break this. You don't want to push it or cut it into it so that the hose is no longer usable, but it's working so far. I still am going to bleed it because that's obviously what you need to do. I'm going to clean this line up a little bit better, but I am going to test fit it and try to see how much for the backing plate I need to cut out or push back. I think what I'll probably do, to be honest with you guys, is I'll probably just bend this out so that it's nice and flush so that I can actually still keep the dust plate because I'd still like to use it. It's not pointless, it's there for a reason, even if it's stock. So I definitely think bending it out and using it will be the best thing to do. But by the time I go to install and everything, it might seem to not work well. So we'll put a hold on that. But what I do want to show you guys is, wow, that is unreal. So this is obviously stock. This is the old and disgusting parts, and these are the newer parts. And wow, this is insane, guys. Like, this brake rotor is so much bigger than this. It's unreal. It's gigantic. It really is. And the stock caliper, my gosh, like, look how big. Like, this is, I can't even put my hand around it, and this, like, my hand fits perfectly on it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and mount this up. This one is the left side, and you know that because, or you can figure that out because you always want your bleed screw, which is that right there, to be on the top. That fits like a freaking glove. Oh my god, guys. You know, it's crazy to me that this caliper and the other caliper are so like different in size, yet they still fit the exact same mounting point. Like, to me, that's insane. But I just love how this looks. This looks so good. Oh my god. It's crazy how stock that brake caliper looks still. Oh my god. They definitely spin and they don't make any contact, I don't think. So I'm sure of that. They definitely do make contact down here. You can tell. So the best way of trying to see if things work or diagnose things in a way, if you can say that, is to, like, if you're modifying something like this, I mean, the best way I kind of would recommend doing it is just putting it on and spinning it, because if there's any sound at all coming from anywhere, if it's nice and flush, that means that it is definitely rubbing on something, and that to me is kind of the best way of figuring out how to fix it. And right here there are marks of scraping, and that's kind of what we're looking for, is just those marks of where the rotor is making contact, so that we can push it back a little farther. Cool. So it looks like that works really well. What I'm going to go ahead and do now is put the caliper on so that it can snug it down. We'll put our pads in. But this went smoother than I expected it to go, as far as putting it on and having everything fit. Let's get these bad boys on. There we go. And copper washer goes on the nut side, which goes through the banjo. Oh, and that fits like stock. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. You're gonna sandwich the two copper washers, and you're going to start to slowly thread it in. Wow, that was very effortless. The only effort that I need is taking the socket off, which there it went. Pop them out, put some grease on both of them, put them back in, and that's where they're going to lay. Sandwich them together. Go left and right with it, and you have an even spread on both sides. Cool. I don't think I showed you guys this piece, which this literally just says clip right there. And that I have in this setup, the hardware, everything will be in the description. We are good. Oh my goodness. Just, it looks so stock. I love it. It looks like it's supposed to be there, and it's just, oh man. It's insane to me how this brake dust shield was over the previous brake rotor. And this, pretty much, there's like maybe half an inch of this sticking out. Like, that is insane. We need another angle. Oh my god, what is going on? That's a meaty boy. That's a meat setup. Too much good stuff. I'm gonna finish this off. Gonna do the other side real quick. It's gonna be the same process, so I'm just going to skip to where the car is down on the ground, and we'll see you at that point. It's really the little things about cars that just make you smile. I would have never thought I could say that I own a Lexus SC300 with a Supra twin turbo brake caliper set up. That is just... Morning, guys. So I ended up doing the other side and got super late last night, so I ended up just falling asleep. And so this morning we're gonna go ahead and bleed the brakes. I don't think it's gonna be too difficult to do, and I don't think it's gonna take too long. For any of you SC owners that are trying to do a brake flush and take all of the brake fluid out of the master cylinder, there is a little cup that has a filter on the bottom. You have to take that out so that you can get everything from the bottom of the master cylinder. This has like two little tabs on the top. You're gonna have to lift this up and unscrew it out. It is kind of difficult because it's super slippery, but once you lift it out, just lift it out of the master cylinder and then put it to the side. And screw it back in. I think it has like, there we go. It drops in. There we go, cool. Drops in and then it just sits right in there. So if you guys can see, there's a lip right there that like kind of slopes up. That's what I'm talking about. You gotta lift that up and you gotta turn it to the right. So that is as much as we got out on the last attempt. I basically have both of the before and after. This right here is a lot clearer than it was when it first came out. This one was actually completely black, like you could not see through it. It actually lightened up because the clear fluid, after the process of bleeding it, lightened this one up a lot. But as you can see, this is only from the front brakes. This isn't from the rear, and that's disgusting. Flat Pepsi or flat Coke, like that just does not look good at all. This is how brake fluid should look, and I got to the point where it went from this one to that, and this whole tool right here, this side doesn't have a nipple, is because it's one way. It's kind of like a diode where it goes one way and it doesn't go back. So this system I got from Harbor Freight. Most of the stuff that I have in my videos I get from Harbor Freight because they're just very well priced and very easy to use. This is their basic one. I know they have a more expensive one, but this is a lifesaver because it not only makes it so that you don't have to get creative and poke a hole in the top of a cap and put this inside of the cap to make it submerged. And I really like this because the method is just super easy. In the video, I was actually pinching this side. So this system works very, very well. It's very simple for bleeding brakes. So I'd highly recommend it. If there was an air pocket in here, or say this was like all the way down to here and I put this into here, so to speak, and this tip, the tip of this, didn't go all the way down to be submerged, you're basically sucking air or you're pulling air, and you can't create vacuum that way. Submerged in brake fluid to make sure that the brake bleed goes successful. But this to this, that's crazy. I don't think the previous owner ever did a brake flush to the car. So I'm very excited on how that all went. I will be giving you guys more footage of the brakes on how they look on the car. We are going to be doing a reaction video. Not only do they look stock and perform really well, but the whole process was way easier than I could have ever imagined, especially since it's a straight bolt-on brake caliper upgrade. I'm still trying to get the pads broken in and seated well. But they are very, very, very impressive. This is like the first couple drives, so they haven't really worn in yet. When I'm braking, I feel I am getting pushed to the front of my seat. That means that the weight of the car is all pushing to the front instantly. Oh yeah, I also can feel the car like dipping down in the front, which is very impressive. And I mean, to be honest guys, this upgrade is a no-brainer. I did get them for a steal online, and for anyone thinking about doing this upgrade, do it. If the only exception I would say is if LS400 brake calipers are available and they're available cheap, like you're getting them almost free, yes, obviously that would be the other way to go. I went to a local junkyard and got really excited because I saw LS430 brake calipers, and I grabbed them thinking that they're the LS400 because all the LS400 had all of their calipers taken from them because, you know, people know exactly what they're looking for. Oh man, I don't care if it's straight piped or not. That sounds good. All right, here we go guys. And 3, 2, 1. Oh wow, yeah, I can stop way quicker now. And that's with me depressing the pedal all the way in, obviously, but like even since the brake bleed, it's way stiffer of a pedal. The reason why you don't want to go a lot of miles without a brake flush or brake fluid flush is because when brake fluid gets dirt, dust, grime, whatever it is you want to like say in when it starts getting mixed up with the brake fluid, it loses its hydraulic nature where it can compress. Everything that contaminates brake fluid actually decreases its hydraulic nature. Man, I can't get over these brakes. Here, sure. Oh yeah, there we go. But I would definitely recommend, highly recommend, doing this upgrade. And the fact of the matter is that everything bolts up, and depending on what route you go, you can get it extremely cheap, almost cheaper than what you could get the LS400 brake upgrade, which apparently is like the cheaper way of doing the big brake upgrade. But for me, this was just a no-brainer. I just kind of thought to myself, why would I want to do that when I can get the actual brake upgrade that that a lot of people want? Because it's not even just aesthetics for me, but it's because like I want to have this build genuine. Like I want it to have all the right parts on it. And yes, again, the calipers are remanufactured, so they don't have Sumitomo on them, which I completely understand. I get that. I get it. And I'm sure down the line I can get, you know, actual Sumitomo brake calipers and switch them out, but these calipers look stock. Like, they look like they're supposed to be on this car, which, like, as remanufactured, because they're cast, they're not painted, and to me, I love that. Forget to make an outro. So I am here at a scenic point. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I appreciate all the support, and yeah, we're going to definitely keep rolling with the SC content. Some more stuff's actually going to be uploaded sometime this month or next month, but yeah, keep updated with the channel. Turn on that notification bell as well, because just so you guys know when I upload me. But I hope you guys are having a great day. Today's actually my birthday, so happy birthday to me. I will let you guys go with that. I'll see you guys in the next video, and always stay positive, guys, and stay true to who you are. Shoots!